Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today for a mid-week mini project, and today's project is going to be using the Friends of the Forest photopolymer stamp set. This stamp set here coordinates with the Deer Punch that was in the Christmas mini catalogue. I haven't got that on the desk today because I packed away all my Christmas goodies and then realised that they coordinate. So today I'm just going to use the stamp set anyway to create 3 cards. I've got my card bases on the back of the desk, but other than that I am not planned at all. And look at this, it hasn't even been stamped or used yet. So let's get started. It has got so many cute little animals in it. I do love cute little animal cards. So what I'm going to do first is a really simple one using the little bunny because I think he's cute. And I'm going to use, actually, let me just take the back off. It's going to be a lot easier that way. I'm going to use the little birdie as well. And I'm also going to use this one here that's got the little toadstools and the flower. And I think that might be it for the first card. Well, we never know. These videos tend to surprise me just as they surprise you. So could be anything else that we start using. Let's just get these on a blocks. Ain't that cute, that little bird? I've stuck him on the wrong way. I want him kind of straight so that I stamp him straight. I'm not one of these people that does very well at putting them on skew if to my blocks, because then my project ends up skew if. I can't seem to work the two out together. So do really simple this one. I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock that is 9.5 centimeters by 13.8. I'm going to grab my Memento ink pad, which isn't in its usual spot. Let me pause you and grab it. Here it is. When people say to me, do you like working from home? The answer is normally no, and that is because I lose my craft stuff in the week. So I'm just going to pop my, oh look, isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to pop my little rabbit next to that. And then I'm going to pop another one just next to him. And then the bird, I'm going to pop just over the side of him like that. Look. And you know what? I'm actually going to grab the little bit of the tree. Oh, it's over on this side of the desk. And I'm going to put that in the corner, actually. That suits me just fine. Oh, I like it now. I'm going to do, glad you're my friend, I think. Glad you're my friend. Well, that fits in quite nicely, doesn't it? So now all I've got to do really is colour this in. So I'm going to use the Ivory blend for the tree stamp. Just as a base colour, I'm going to go over it with a different colour, and I'm also going to use it as the base for the bunny. It's a proper little cartoon bunny, this, isn't it? It's not like it's out of Watership Down, is it? It's a proper cartoon bunny. Okay, crumb cake for the rest of the bunny. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the ears a slight bit darker in the middle with the dark crumb cake. I'm going to run around this side of his face like that, and around that side of his body like that. Okay, just so we've got a bit of shading. And then light crumb cake from the dark bit into the ivory bit, sort of in the middle bit, not all the way to the edge, just blending. A little bit on the ears, not much. Sort of like that, just so he's got some shape. And then for the tree trunk, I'm going to come in with Soft Suede, Light and Dark. So I'm going to use the dark on the shaded bits. And then the light throughout the middle. And then I'm going to grab the dark crumb cake that I've already used over this side. And I'm just going to tie that up on there and blend it all in together. Decided to use the bullet tip because as I'm getting closer to the edge, I can feel myself going outside of it. So there we go. And then the mushrooms, Light Poppy Parade for the top of the toadstools. And over on that bit. I've still got the ivory out, I have. Let me just do the stalks. Actually, I'm just going to do his tail as well with that. And then finally, I say finally, I'm nowhere near finally, but I'm going to grab the light Granny Apple Green for the petals on, sorry, not the petals, the leaf on the flower. Dark Daffodil Delight for the centre of the flower. And I think I'm going to do my bird in Daffodil Delight. I don't know if I've seen yellow birds other than chicks, but I've decided that this one, which isn't flying actually because its wings aren't open, so it's going to land pretty quick, but I'm living with it. Dark Calypso Coral for the petals. Let's use the bullet tip, pals. Use the bullet tip. And finally, what colour are you? Dark Old Olive for the grass. There we go. I'm going to pop it on some base cardstock. So I'm going to pop it onto some Daffodil Delight, I think. Yeah, like that. So this is 10 centimetres by 14.3. I'm just going to grab my seal. Adhere that down. Okay, card base. So this is thick basic white that's been cut in half. I'm just going to score it in half, so that's at 10.5 centimetres, and then burnish it. I'm just going to do 2 at the same time because, you know, I'm going to be doing 3 cards today, so I'm going to need at least 2 bases. In fact, let me just grab another one off the back of my desk there, and I can do all 3 in one go, and it saves me having to come back and score later, doesn't it? Smart, that is smart, smart. Right. Glad you're my friend. Card number 1. Card number 2, I'm going to grab a larger piece of basic white. So this here is 10.5 centimetres by 14.8, so it will fit the exact size of the card base. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to grab some some scrap grid paper so that I can make a mess on my grid paper, just in case I'm just off. And I am going to go all the way around the card with this stamp just to create a border. You'll see I'm not really going off the card, so I'm not making much of a mess, but just in case I did, you know me, I don't like messing my grid paper up. Okay. You want to go all the way around as a border. I know what you're thinking, she's going to be here forever if she starts colouring this in. I don't think I'm going to colour it in, actually. I think I'm going to use my blending brushes. Well, that's what the plan at the moment. It might change. You know me. Can never stick to a plan. think I'm going to have a problem in a minute. I don't think this is going to tie up quite nicely. Oh, it might. Oh, it does. I'm not playing with that corner. It ties up nicely. Almost, people, almost. Right. And then I have my tree. Actually, do you know what? I might not use my blending brushes. I might just leave that as it is. I quite like it. Oh, the tree's not going to fit on that, is it? So for the tree, you need a E block. D block does not cut it. Memento ink. Stamp the tree. Ooh, I'm going to come in with the same sentiment as before because it's already on my block, which is glad you're my friend. The other one is happiness being with you. Quite like this, actually. And I tell you what I like, I'm going to be messy, I've decided. So I'm going to do the tree. Oh, she's outside the lines. This is light crumb cake. She's being messy. And she don't care. It's very much unlike me. Now I've got to work out how I'm going to mess up the green. So light granny apple green. And I think I'm just going to go over the entire circle, and then I'm going to come back and go over the outside of the circle as well, so that I'm out the lines there. But I'm just sort of adding the colour on to start off with. Do I want to go out the side of the circle? I know that was the idea, but do I? Am I happy with how I've got it? Just a little bit out the circle. Not massive. There we go. And I'm going to stick that onto my card base. That was a really messy card, but actually I think it's quite effective. I quite like it. I have decided I'm going to put my embellishments on at the end, by the way, so then I can just grab my embellishment drawer with all 3 cards and add them on. So there's card number 2. And then card number 3, what we're going to do with that one? Let me bring in my... What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I want to play with the little fox because he's quite cute. I also wanted to play with the deer because he's quite cute, but I don't particularly want them both on the same card. Otherwise I think it's going to be quite busy. C block will work for the fox. Going to go for a larger piece of cardstock that covers the whole card again. And I think, am I going to go this way or am I going to go that way? I go that way. Okay. Where's my memento again? What do I want to do, YouTube? What do I want to do? I'm just working this out, but I think I want to grab a circle die, medium size-ish, a pencil. I've got a pencil somewhere. You're gonna laugh at this. I've got a whole box of pencils when I find it. There it is. Once again, the joys of working from home. I have my desk all sorted. Hopefully you've seen my my organisation of my craft room. But then on a sort of Sunday night, I put it all back ready for work with the monitor and the laptop, move things off the desk. And come a Saturday morning, and this is the first video of a Saturday morning, because I pre-schedule everything, I have trouble trying to find things again. Right, so now I've just drawn around that circle. I am going to put my fox jumping around it. Okay, so there's one. Two. That's it. If you do it like that, you can get him all the way around. Oh, I'm going to like this one, I can tell you. Right. Let's colour him in. I'm going to colour him in dark crumb cake. Now how do I want him coloured? How do I want him coloured? Right. Bullet tip. I'm going to do his face. A couple of times like that. All the way down. Like that. On each one. And I'll work out how I want his body coloured. Because I think I'm going to want him with a bit of sort of Cajun craze, a bit sort of orangey colour in it, because that's sort of how foxes are, aren't they? Right, so I'm going to do the middle bit of his ears. You can tell I'm thinking about this as I go, because I actually really want to colour him well. Okay, let's finish up with his face first. So this is ivory, and here's my light crumb cake. So I'm going to be using my light crumb cake first over his face, like that, and up the rest of his ear. And while I've got this out, I'm just going to do that bit in his tail there as well. You'll notice it's not really blending, but that's okay. I don't particularly want it to at the moment. We go over it a few times. Oh, I love blending. I do. Okay. And then finally with the ivory, I'm going to go over the entirety of the face and blend it all in, just on the face. I'm not touching the ears or the tail now, just the face. Yeah, actually, I quite like that as a colour, so I'm going to do that with the rest of his body, okay? So I'm going to use dark crumb cake over where his spots are, like that. Okay, just on the body, I'm going to use the light crumb cake, and I know I've already put it into his tail, so I probably should have done them at the same time, but I hadn't thought ahead that quick. I might, like I said, first thing Saturday morning, got to give my brain time to wake up, right? A really long week this week, actually. I've had a to-do list to do at work that I've hardly touched, because just everything seemed to be coming in, you know, like there was so much stuff happening this week. It just seems to be really, really busy. I don't seem to think I've stopped. And then ivory marker over the top, just on the body, not on the tail. Well, when I say not on the tail, not on the tip of the tail, okay? Because the tip of the tails are normally bushy and white, aren't they? Don't worry, we are going to put some Cajun craze through him just to make him a bit more orangey, because we want him a really healthy fox. Do you know what this has got me remembering? Do you remember that set? And it used to be one of my favourites. It used to have the fox in, and it had sort of like a badger in it or a raccoon, and you used to punch it out with a punch, and it just used to look gorgeous. I did so many cards with that. I loved it. Right. Where's my Cajun Craze? There we go. So I've got dark and light Cajun Craze. So I'm just going to try the light first. See how that works over the face area, like that. Over the spot area, like that. I quite like it. So I'm just going to use the light and not the dark. Okay, and I'm just going over the sort of spot part of him, just to give him a flash of the old burgundy red colour. Right, there we go. And there is my fox. So what I want to do now is, I think I want to colour the whole card. Oh, that's very unlike me. What colour do I want to colour it? Right. Okay, I'm going to go with light just jade. All right, so what I'm going to do is I will actually speed this up for you. I know I don't normally edit my Wednesday ones. However, I know this is going to take ages. So what I'm going to do is, with my light just jade, I'm going to use the bullet tip to go around the edge of him, and then I'm going to colour all the rest in with my pen tip, and you'll be able to see and watch me go along. Okay, so let me just get started. I will fasten it up for you and see you at the other end. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so you'll notice I actually went over that twice because it went a bit patchy to start off with, generally just because the way I was colouring it, I wasn't doing it straight in lines. I was going around in circles in little areas because I wanted to go around the foxes. So I did it twice to build the colour up a little bit darker. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go over my foxes with the light crumb cake, just to make them pop back off the paper again, because they've obviously had the just jade going around them, and I just want to freshen them back up. Okay. I mean, you can keep building the colour as dark as you like with this, or as light as you like. It's really up to you. I just want them to stand out a bit, and I was kind of hoping the light just jade one coat would work lightly, but I've obviously gone over it twice to stop the patchiness, and it's now a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. So that's why I'm just popping another coat over my foxes. Okay. To finish up, I'm going to grab the die that I used earlier, and I'm going to grab some scrap basic white, and I'm just going to stamp in here, and then I'm going to die cut it out. So I'm going to do, again, Glad You're My Friend. And I'm just going to run that through my die machine, which is just to the side of me. So I'll be back with you in a second. Now, I was thinking as I was colouring about this, because now it's going to be going onto white, it's really going to stand out because I've put a green background, but I think I'm quite happy with it looking like that, and that's why I didn't colour the circle in or anything, and I've just decided to pop that on just to give it a pop of colour. So I'm just going to pop everything onto my base cardstock now. This is still wet, so if you're wondering why it's still looking a bit patchy, it's just because it's a little bit wet. You can keep going over it if you want to. I quite like it though, I think. Do I want to go over it again? No, I don't. I'm all right. There we go, and a couple of dimensionals on the back there. Glad you're my friend. Okay, and finally I've got my embellishments to pop on. So I've got my little drawer of embellishments here with a die in. I'll be looking for that at some point. You'll hear me in a video going, where is it, where is it, where is it? So what have I got? I was using Just Jade, wasn't I? And I do have these. I also have these. So I think I'm going to use these dots here on this one. So I'm just going to use the smaller ones. These are the Playing with Patterns dots. 1, 2, 3. Next card up is this one here. So I think I'm going to use a big dot. There. And then I'm going to put 3 little dots on my white circle. Okay. And then finally the tree, Glad You're My Friend tree. 1, 2, with some little butterflies on. And there we go. Cards finished. Which is your favourite? Card 1, card 2 and card 3. Let me know. And I'll pop a picture of this up once it's dry because you can still see it's quite wet, with how it actually finishes. Thanks everybody for joining me today. I will see you all again soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store www.slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.